Kittens, it's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 2, Episode 8 review. Yeah. Okay, so let's get straight into this review. By the way, I'm really cute right now. I just gotta point that out. I'm feeling myself. I ain't did no makeup on myself in like 3 weeks. I ain't combed my hair in like 3. I refuse until like next week, but I just wanted to do a quick beat on myself because I know y'all get sick of me looking like Mom Mabley on this motherfucker. I just have to remind myself and you, the viewer, that a bitch is beat down to the ground for capacity. God damn it. Yes. Okay, let me get into this review. So, we start off the episode with Amber, and I don't know if it was her sisters or family members or whatever, all kiki and talking and shit. And Amber needed answers from Milan. She had a little Punky Brewster pigtails going on in her head, and I was digging the pigtails, you know what I'm saying? But she needed answers from was it Milan? No, Miles. I'm tripping. She needed answers from Miles or whatever, because she felt like, you know, when they did the little therapy session, that she wasn't ready to hear everything that he had to say to her, and now she was ready for the full lowdown on everything that's been going on. So she calls him or whatever while her girls are sitting there, and she's like, you know, I need for you to tell me everything because I'm ready to hear it now. I'll wait. I don't know what the fuck that I'll wait shit was. It was kind of stupid. So he tells her, you know, I've been with Milan. She looking at the phone like, you know what, motherfucker, you are trying me today. And she's like, you know what, that's cool, but I feel like it's more to the story that you need to tell me. You need to let me know what the fuck is up, because if I have to go digging for information myself, it's gonna be a problem, and you know that you don't want no trouble. And so he paused and he hesitated for a minute, and he's like, well, I've been doing more than just seeing him. Me and him have been going together for a minute now. And so she dropped the phone. She like, you know what, nigga? Like, you know what? Because she like, this nigga that had me around Milan. We done kicked it, had drinks, went out to the club together, went out to Applebee's Fridays and shit, Netflix and chill together, all type of shit. And this motherfucker been fucking this nigga the whole goddamn time. I felt like both of their asses was whack for that shit. Because why Milan was participating in that bullshit, being around this bitch, when he low key, well, I don't even know if he knew that Miles was still leading her on and think they was gonna be together. I don't know, but he had to know something. Both of them bitches was wrong. So of course she felt some type of way, and she like, you know what, thanks for the information, I'm about to do some more investigations my damn self. And so she hang up on him. So the next thing we see, next thing I tripped off of in this episode was Sierra Marie was at the nail shop getting her nails done, and she looked really nice this episode. Like, her wig was on point. The wig wasn't blended in as well as I wanted to with the front part of her edges or whatever. Her edges were straight, but it just wasn't blended in together quite right. But her wig and her makeup and her little blue wrap dress was really nice looking on her. She looked slimmer than she's normally been looking these episodes. And so she meets up with Hazel. Was it Hazel? No, it was Moniece. My bad. And she tells Moniece that she wants liposuction. I was like, okay, girl, get your life. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. I personally feel like, bitch, you should move away from the goddamn table because you ain't got that much to lose. I mean, you can work that shit off in a month if you really put your mind to it. Liposuction is the easy way out. And your problem is still gonna be there after you get the fucking liposuction. You gonna pay all that motherfucking money, then gain the shit the fuck back. Girl, bye. But to each his own, ain't my goddamn body. So we saw Fizz at home with his little son. He just looks so yummy in that damn scene, like a little caramel drop. I just want to lick him. And so he was saying how his son was waiting on Moniece to come get him, and how for the last couple of weeks Moniece ain't been coming to get the little boy, and had a little boy sitting up waiting on her all times of day and night, you know, expecting to see his mother, and then she don't never the fuck show up. As a child that came from a household like that, where my dad used to do me and my brother and my sister like that all the time growing up. We would be sitting by the door. I had my coat on, my bag ready to go spend the night, and be sitting there literally for hours until 3-4 o'clock in the morning waiting on him to come get us, and then his ass wouldn't the fuck show up. That shit is the most hurtful shit that you can do to a child ever in life. I hate that shit. And till this day, I have issues with motherfuckers telling me they gonna do something or have me waiting on them. Like that shit. Like you wanna see me get mad, brother? Motherfucker, tell me you gonna be here at such and such time and it's 2 hours later and your ass still ain't showed the fuck up. Oh baby, you have ruined my night. I don't even wanna fuck with you no more. Like that shit stays with a person even when they become adults, and it gives you trust issues or whatever case may be. I found that was so fucked up of Moniece to do that baby like that, especially from a mother standpoint. Like, who doesn't want to be around their baby? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could never see me when Kyrese was that little not wanting to be around him. Like, I just couldn't connect with that. But we see later on in the episode why she behaves the way that she does. So then we see Hazel at her apartment, and she's crying over her accident that she had in Dubai where she fucked up her nose and shit. And she was, crying because she was saying that the people that she was there with wasn't really sympathetic to the situation, and how, her face is her business because, she got to do appearances and be on television shows, this and that. And I feel bad for her, don't get me wrong, because I mean, if something happened to my face, Lord knows I have a damn bitch fit. But I just felt like that was just Jesus on the main line, just trying to help her out. You tell him what you want, and God will give it to you, because she was bullshitting around and getting that damn nose out. She said she had been wanting one, but she was lollygagging, dragging her feet. So I felt like God just sped up the process for her ass, because that beak needed to be trimmed down immediately. So she needs to be thanking God instead of crying. So next thing we saw was Rich meeting up with Moniece's ignorant ass mama to talk about Moniece and their relationship or whatever. And basically through the conversation, Moniece's mother Carla was just trying to explain to him why Moniece doesn't have custody of her son Cameron or whatever. And so Rich was like, I heard a totally different story about what you're telling me. And so basically in that scene, he pretty much took Moniece's side over the mama's. Now the behind the scenes tea that I have on Rich and Moniece is they have fucking broke up. She just posted on Instagram over the weekend. Hold on, let me find the post on my phone because I want to save it to you all so I can give y'all this tea, honey, so y'all can sip on it. Where is it? Where is it? Did I erase? Oh no, here it is. So she say, she posted where's the thing on my camera? So this is a picture that Rich posted on his Instagram, and she reposted it on hers. It's a Rich and his new boo, and so under the caption, Moniece say, "Best of luck to at Richie Dollars and his new boo at Maya Nate _ Maya Nation." And so somebody named Sade B _ went under there and put crying laughing faces. And so Moniece responded back to the girl and said, "Was I supposed to boo-hoo? I'm sure he's been fucking because he ain't been here in months since we rapped. I'm not dumb, so I'm not shocked. So I really don't care. Best of luck to them. XO, I'm no hater. If they're happy, then that's what it is." Girl, you had to have known that this nigga was only using you for camera time, my nigga. Bitch, Mona Scott put y'all up in that damn apartment. I said that 3 episodes ago. That nigga wasn't staying there for life. He wasn't gonna be with you for life. That was a business transaction, my nigga. You was the one that caught feelings in this shit. You should have never thought that Richie Dollars was gonna marry your ass and be with you and stay in a relationship with you all. He did his job, and after the damn job was over, he took his ass back to New York to film New York Love and Hip Hop, because that's the next franchise up. Girl, sit down somewhere. You was done for even playing along with that bullshit. So then we see Teddy Riley and his big bald shiny ass head look like he just lathered his head with Crisco and went on about his way to go see his illegitimate ass daughter Naya, because remember, Naya's not really his biological daughter. He used to fuck with her mama, and so basically he took on the role of daddy to Naya. So basically he meets up with Naya to tell her, "You deserve better. I don't know why you fucking with this little nigga. He disrespects you. Your sisters come back telling me that this nigga treating you bad. He call you out your name. He cheating and this and that." And she like, "I know I could do better, but I choose to be with him. I love him. I can put up with him. I can handle him." And basically she says to him low key, "I mean, you ain't no saint neither. You did the same shit to my mama." And I was like, this is a prime example of what happens when young girls see that their mother are being treated bad by men or by their father or father figure, and see their mother being cheated on, neglected, mentally abused, physically abused, whatever the case may be, whatever, and they feel like that's the type of behavior that is normal in a relationship and what is tolerable in a relationship and how relationships are supposed to be. So this is why now, as a young lady, she's mirroring what she saw her mother go through. So you have to be careful, women and men. Women, who you date and what your children see you going through as parents, and men, you have to be careful of what kind of examples you're setting for your daughters, because you want your daughters always grow up and date they damn daddies. They find characteristics in their father and the men that they fucking date, and that's what they're attracted to. So if you're showing your daughter negativity and negative traits, that's what she's going to navigate to when she becomes an adult woman. If you show your daughter this is how you're supposed to be treated, with respect, with dignity, not to be, abused or, mistreated in any type of way, then that's what she'll go to have standards and self-esteem. And obviously Naya's mother and Teddy Riley did not do their job as parents with raising her ass. Up next, this was the most emotional scene of the night, and it really touched me on so many chords, and I felt a mixture of emotions while watching this. So Fizz meets up with Moniece's mama, Carla, to talk about what's been going on with Moniece and why she hasn't been stepping up as a parent and why she hasn't been showing up to get Cameron. So he just basically steps to Carla and says, since she's not stepping up as a mom, can you help, me with Cameron, because I don't really have as much help as I would need. Can you pick up Moniece's slack? And Carla responds to him by saying, you knew what you was getting into when you were dating her before y'all even had Cameron. You knew what you was getting yourself into. Now, this is what I have to say with this. They were young. They're still very young. I don't even think them niggas is even close to 30 or whatever the case may be. They were young. We all make mistakes as young adults. We don't really know what we're doing as young adults. We think we're grown, but we really don't. So in that case, yeah, he probably did see the warning signs, but he ignored them. Okay, you can't hold that against him now as an adult man. Now he know, and that's why he don't fuck with her ass on that level no more. So she says to him, I told you what you need to do. You need to just go ahead and file for full custody, get child support, and get your ass a nanny. I mean, what else you want me to tell you? And he's like, I don't want to do that because I don't want my son to grow up not knowing who the fuck his mama is and not have a relationship with his mother. I want him to have a relationship with his mother because I didn't grow up that way. I know my mom and my dad. That's why I'm the way I am as an adult. I don't never want to be the one to take my son's mother away from him, because that's just fucked up. I want to help her instead of shunning her and push her away like most motherfuckers would have done with her ass by now. Fizz has a really great heart to still want to try to work with this young lady. He has more support and compassion for Moniece than her own mother does. And so basically the mama is just like, Fizz breaks down and start crying because the mama says to Fizz, I've done my job. You don't know how hard it is that I had to work when I was a young woman having a baby at a young age. And he has to stop her. He was like, no, I know exactly what you went through because I'm going through it now. And he starts breaking down, crying, saying to her, you know what I'm saying? I don't want my son to go through not knowing his mama. Why can't you as a mother help your daughter out instead of just disregarding her feelings, throwing her to the side, just giving up on her and not giving a fuck? Now, this is the part where I had mixed emotions, because on one side, as a mother and if we're coming from a place of when I was a teenage mother and my mama helped me out as a grandparent, to my son. My mother helped me 100% with my son, but it was also known that you got yourself in this, you're gonna have to make sure that you step up as a parent. I had my mother there as guidance and as help, but she didn't do the work for me. You laid down, you had him, you take care of him. She was like, over my shoulder, make sure I did everything right, but she didn't raise my son for me. So I understand, and from a point of where Carl is coming from, like, I'm not going to do my daughter's job. She laid down and had this damn baby. She needs to be the one to take care of it. I 100% agree with that and understand where she's coming from on that. But on the flip side, from a grandparent state of point of view is, okay, my daughter isn't stepping up to the plate and being the mother that she needs to. And this young man who's a father who's doing everything on his own needs help. Me as a grandparent and loving my grandson, I'm going to step in and help as much as I possibly can. Whereas Carla is just washing her hands up because Carla feels like, I had my child when I was young. I did my job. I'm now in my 40s. I done got my life back. fuck that, I'm not here to help you, which is fucked up and which is selfish on her part, but she gonna have to deal with that in the long run. I feel like Carla is one of them mothers where she was a teenage mother and she had her daughter at a young age and she had to do everything on her own, and she blames Moniece instead of taking responsibility for the choices and the decisions that she made as a young woman. I feel like she looked at Moniece as a burden as she was when she was a kid and all through her life, and Moniece saw that, she felt that, and that's why now as an adult she's treating her child the same way her mother treated her, like that little boy is a burden, like he's getting away of her career and her dreams and finding love and happiness. She wants to do all of that before she takes responsibility for her kid. So it's just a cycle of just craziness, and I feel sad for Moniece because it's obvious that her mother has issues. I feel like her mother some way does love her, but she's fucked up in the head and she needs help. They all need to go to family therapy and get the help that is needed for that family, because it's a lot of hurt and a lot of pain. The motherfuckers need to go on Y'all Fix My Life immediately to get all the help that they can fucking get. Lil Brandy ass is trying to be a rapper. She's in the studio acting a goddamn fool, not remembering the words, getting mad because Max ain't coddling and kissing her ass, and not giving her the praise and approval that she needs. He's trying to talk to her dumb ass, and he's trying to be as calm as he can be while he's talking to her, but she's steady yapping and yipping and yapping at the mouth, being annoying, just doing too goddamn much. Any other nigga would have slapped the shit out of her. I don't understand how he deals with her on an everyday basis. That shit is tiring. Shit is tiring for me, and I don't even know this bitch. It's obvious something has happened to her in her life where she has the lowest of self-esteem, that she doesn't have it within herself to know her worth, know how great she is. No, she's always just need constant approval for this nigga. Like, have that approval in yourself. So that's what I felt as far as that whole scene goes. Then we saw Fizz go to Moniece's rehearsal to see Moniece and talk to her about why she hasn't been coming to pick up Cameron. And as he's talking to her, she immediately get an attitude and pop off with him. And she mad because he went to her mother to talk to her mother about Cameron. And she feels like they shouldn't be talking behind her back, and that they're trying to make decisions on her son's behalf without her. Well, ma'am, you can't get mad when somebody's trying to make decisions on your son's behalf when your ass ain't stepping up to the plate and do what the fuck you need to do as a mama, bitch. Are you fucking retarded? So she immediately started crying and shit and says no one cares about her, no one understands. And Fierce, holds her and, consoles her and tries to be there for her and says he understands, and he understands why she's so fucked up in the head now as an adult, because he's talked to her mother and he tells her, your mama told me to get full custody of our son and just to say fuck you, but I'm not going to do that because I want to help you. And so, of course, she feels some type of way about her mama trying to play her out like that and take her son away from her. And I'm going to say this. I think that Fizz parents, whoever the fuck you all did a phenomenal job raising that young man. Because most dudes nowadays wouldn't be raising their son on an everyday basis, taking care of him the way that they need to, and loving and being nurturing and providing for their son, and not having the help of the mother. You don't hardly ever see that. So for the men out there that are stepping up, being daddy and mommy, congratulations to you, because you don't get the thanks that you deserve. His parents did a phenomenal job raising that young man, because he's compassionate, he's supportive, he's loving, he's caring, and he's how to communicate, he's compromising. They did a great job raising that young man. On the flip side for Moniece, I felt like she was low-key manipulating him in that scene. I feel like she is hurting. I feel like she's fucked up in the head. I feel like she does all the support and love and encouragement that she can get. But on the flip side, I think them tears were tears of, I know I done fucked up, but I'm going to place the blame on you. And then I'm going to try to, manipulate you into feel sorry for me for my behavior. I think that she plays on Fizz's emotions when it comes to certain things, like her mother is very manipulative. They both need fucking help, Moniece and her mama. I'm going to pray for them, because that child need all the help she can get. I really don't think that she's going to get the help that she needs, because it's obvious that she hasn't. I do feel like where I agree with what Carla said, that he really does need to take matters into his own hands, and it's only but so much that he can do, and he just needs to raise his son and do the best that he can. And at some point, you have to wash your hands of foolishness, because you cannot have all that toxicity into your life. The last scene we saw was Amber going to the studio to see Milan. Amber looked really nice in that scene. I loved her straight, sleek hair, the minimal makeup. She wasn't doing all that old ghetto shit. I loved her little blue bodycon dress. It was just minimalist and chic and perfection. I loved it. She was tall and statuesque. It was the first time she didn't look so much like a man. I loved it. So Milan is in the booth, and he basically says in his green screen that he wanted to talk to Amber too, because he feels like Amber needs to basically skedaddle and get the fuck out of Miles' life now that him and Miles are together. She needs to go on and keep it stepping and keep it moving. I think that I can understand from a point what he's saying, because they're in a relationship now, and him and Amber used to be in a relationship, and he feels like, now that we're together, I don't want you having old ties to old lovers or whatever, which I 100% understand and I agree with on a level. Because I don't like my nigga or being friends with one of his exes and continuously hanging out with them, especially when you know that ex still has feelings for them. But in this case, there's a child involved who looks at him like a father. So you can't just tell him to say fuck her and this child when he's been basically helping her raising the girl. So y'all have a whole different set of circumstances that need to be worked out. So I don't know. Hopefully they all get it together.com. I give it a nice episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I see. It was pretty decent for what it was. My Black Ink Crew Chicago season premiere review video is already up. It's 2 parts. Part 1 and part 2 are already up on the channel if you would like to watch it. It's hilarious. I had to do it in 2 parts because my damn tablet went out on me. Still working on this damn computer, y'all. Please go out and support my books. Paper Heart, Emotionally Unavailable. Cashmere Mafia, Material Girl 3. Jesus be offense, I'm dying. What else? All my books on Amazon and BarnesandNobles.com under Keisha Irvin. Please go out and support them and buy them. I love you all. I think I'm dying. I'm choking. Love you all. I'm beaten. I'm cute and I'm dying. Love you. Have a great night. Bye.